Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Hitman. So I'm excited. On Netflix. Came out on Friday. I know it's a little late to the party, but I'm going to watch it tonight. Hour and 55 minutes long. A professor moonlighting as a hitman of sorts for a city police department descends into dangerous, dubious territory when he finds himself attracted to a woman who enlists his services. Okay, right? So he's a professor who's a hitman who falls in love with a woman. You know, and he is Glen Powell, and she is Arjona. Who else is in it? Let's see if there's anybody else I recognize. I don't really recognize anybody else, but that is okay. It is a 7.1 on IMDb. 23,302 people rated it so far. Hearing a lot of good things about it. Obviously on Netflix. I don't know if I said that or not, but if I didn't, it's on Netflix. So if you have Netflix, you're gonna watch it, right? Who's not gonna watch Glen Powell nowadays? I tell you who's. I am. So I'm excited. The guys that show up on my TikTok feed, they seem to like it too. So although some of the comments were against it, but I don't know. I'm excited. Did I mention how excited I am? Anyway, stick around. I'll let you know what I think. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Hitman, and it was really an enjoyable film. I mean, I really do like him. He is so talented. And I like her too. I thought they had pretty good chemistry together, and I think that's important in this kind of romantic comedy. Some things I can quickly correct for myself. So I assumed he was a hitman, right? And this is based off of a true story, which I thought was cool. And then I'll get to it, but you know, it's based off of a true story. I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And so he's not a hitman. He plays a hitman for the local New Orleans police, right? So when people look for somebody to kill their husband or wife or whatever, he goes in and acts, and then, you know, entraps them, really, essentially, so he gets them caught for trying to hire a hitman. And so that's what he does. But like the coolest part of all this is seeing how good of an actor he is. So it's kind of almost like Clark Kent Superman in a sense, but a more realistic version. So he is also a professor, and I believe at a college, and you know, he's kind of like geeky, nerdy, I guess, but it's not overdone. He's a lonely guy who lives at home with cats and stuff like that. But then at night he moonlights as this, you know, he was basically initially starting as like the audio guy, so tapping in and hearing conversations, and he got pulled in doing the hitman stuff, and so he changes his personality based on the target, and you know, so that's what he does, and that's how he meets our other main character. So so it was really fun to see him change, at least in those two characters. Now, what they show throughout is him changing, you know, every time he meets his new target. So there's a lot of, I'll say, outlandish kind of characters, which I felt that was felt a little corny to me. That piece of it. I mean, it shows his acting range, which I thought was cool. But really, it was, I don't know, some of them were like just too far-fetched, you know? Good, but eh. So that part, I enjoyed the acting, but not the characters that they brought in. You know, you'll see what I mean when you watch it. I think it's worth watching. But I felt it got a little corny at times. I don't know, I don't want to say too much more because the rest of it's all fun. So I think what I told you is not going to spoil it at all. You're going to see what happens, how they meet, and what goes on. And even, like, I can't even explain it without giving too much away. Like, it gets for me, like, ooh, you know, uncomfortable in a sense. And it works. What they decided to do in all this really actually kind of works. I like the direction that they went. And at the end, they show the words at the end of the screen. I always like to see that, like what has happened, or, you know what I mean, a little bit more, because it was based on the real life Gary Johnson, so we see pictures of him, we understand a little bit more, and they give us a little nugget, which I thought was good, and works more for the film. So in stories like this, you never know what is truly true and what's done for dramatization, and so, you know some of it's obviously not true, but the premise is still there. So really good. I liked it. I see the ravings around it. I think it's a 7. I don't know, I'm close, but yeah, I think this will be a 7 for me. So there you go. That's what I got. Hopefully that was helpful. Check it out, and thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.